Hello, and welcome to our online session learning about the North Iowa Photo Club. I'm Bruce McKee. I'm president of the North Iowa Photo Club. I want to welcome you here today. We're going to talk a little bit about the photo club, and I'm going to switch to my screen sharing right now and do this. Let's see, I got to click share, and we'll do like maybe, oh, I can't do that from that side or something. Anyway, we'll get the screen sharing going just a second here. Now we're going. Okay, so we're going to talk about the North Iowa Photo Club. We meet typically the fourth Tuesday of each month at Rolling Acres Christian Reformed Church, 19th Street, over by the Y in Mason City. And since the COVID has started in May and we've been social distancing, we've been meeting online via Zoom. So we're not back to our face-to-face meetings yet, but we're still keeping our regular meeting time online here. You can learn more about the club by going to our website at northiowaphotoclub.com. And we also have, okay, here's our website here. And we have information about the meetings, the meeting times, and things going on. If you want to get on our mailing list to get email information about the club, there's a contact form on the web page down here on the left side. You can click contact and fill out the form, and we'll get you added to our mailing list. We also have a Facebook page. It's the North Iowa Photo Club group. And so if you go to Facebook and search for the North Iowa Photo Club group, you can find our Facebook group here. And it is a private group, so you need to request to be added. And it'll ask you 3 questions about if you're from Mason City, North Iowa, what's your interest in photography. So please answer those questions and we'll get you added into the group here. So our club has quite a variety of people who are involved. We do some field trips and go out and do some photo shoots together. We've got several different group trips we've gone out, but most of the things that we do are meetings at the church. We get together, like I said, on fourth Tuesday of each month, and we do a little question and answer. If people have questions about photography, we go through and talk about that. And then we always have a presentation of some kind, either a photographer coming in to talk about their work, or just learning how to use different parts of the camera, different photo techniques, and how to take better pictures. So that's a little bit of what we do as the club. We want to talk about a very special guy here. Pastor Jack Vanden Heuvel is really one of the founders of the club. And I'm going to get out of my screen sharing right now and click back here, stop share. And I'm going to go over here and invite Pastor Jack to talk to us a bit. Hello, Jack.
Hi, Bruce. Yeah.
Good to see you out there. And we'd like to learn a little bit about how the photo club started. What was your involvement in it, and how did it develop at the church there?
It really goes way back to 2003. And I was looking at the dates, and I was surprised by, it went way back to 2003. But Dr. Tim McCone and I both like photography. We were doing it, and we together said, why don't we see if we can start up a photo club? It was actually Tim's idea. And so we did. And the thing, I had been a part of a photo club back in Michigan, and I really appreciated how it was helpful to get other people's ideas about photography, because then I could learn what I was doing. And then so we started, and then I checked around for photo clubs in Mason City. And at the time, there was a photo club that had been meeting before, and that was the Hawkeye Camera Club. And the Hawkeye Camera Club was more of a group that simply showed programs, which was usually where somebody had gone on vacation and they showed a group of people their slides. And I really wanted it to be more than that. And so we started this club up. My idea in starting the club and Tim's idea in starting the club is that we wanted a place that we could grow ourselves as photographers, So we wanted two things especially. Number one, we wanted to learn from people and have people who knew what they were doing down there so we could have a resource. And the second thing is we wanted it to be a friendly place, because sometimes photo clubs can be threatening. And it's like, if you don't come up with a good picture, they kind of look down on you and stuff like that. And we wanted it so that anybody, whether you were professional or whether you were point and shoot, just grab a camera and shoot, or even cell phone, whatever, that you could go there and not be threatened, but accepted and enjoy spending some time with other photographers. And along with that, having a place to share which you took a picture of, to share it together. And then if other people wanted to give comments of how to improve that picture or what they liked about that picture, they could do it. So it was just a great way to get some feedback on what you were doing, find out whether or not there were some new things you could learn. And at the same time, you know, you got a great picture you want to show somebody. And so they could look at it and comment about it. And then people talk about it afterwards and where you've been and what ideas, where to go to shoot this, where to go to shoot that. And it was a lot of fun. And I just thoroughly enjoyed being able to do that. So I want somebody to come to the club, be accepted, welcomed, liked. And at the same time, if they want to learn something, there's people around there that know their stuff, and they can ask and they can learn, which is really neat.
Well, that's one of the things that's really great about the photo club. We have some really talented people involved in it. Some of them are experienced photographers. A lot of folks who are just getting started, you know, just learning how to use a digital camera. And there's a lot of sharing back and forth between people and a lot of inspiration. I think just about everybody who's been involved in our meetings has said there's just a great deal of inspiration looking at the things that other people are doing and talking to them about their photography.
It's so much fun because when you see what somebody else has done, you get ideas of your own, you know, and even the comments on it, like, you know, you gain so much by way of that, even equipment. I mean, you sometimes, wow, how did you get so close to that? Well, this is what you want to get really close. These are some choices you have. And, you know, somebody's out at this one particular place taking pictures, and it's like, wow, I never went there. And so you start going there, you know, and you get all these ideas and you just get better. I mean, my photography improved so much because of the Mason City Photography Club. I learned so much from other photographers about how to do stuff. At the time, we had Don Barnes there, who was one of the officers, and you know, Don has died since, you know, and I feel really bad about that. He was one of the officers. I always considered Don to be the best Photoshop guy I knew. He was really good. And so people like that being around, you know, if you have a question, you ask him and he'll tell you, you know.
Right.
A lot of good photographers. It was just fun, all the different things. I remember just before I came to, some of the new people coming in had such creativity. You know, they were shooting at angles I never even thought about before. And they were just getting started, but they were so creative that everybody enjoyed what they were doing, even though they were just starting out. And it was a riot, you know. It's such a neat deal. I still keep in touch with the Mason City Photo Club through Facebook. I always see what you guys are posting. I check you on a regular basis. You're on my thing. So anytime somebody posts, I see it. When you do something, Bruce, I and take note. And I love that. I was even on a couple of your Zoom meetings. When you were meeting on Zoom, I joined a couple of your Zoom meetings because I love keeping in touch with the club because it's such a neat club.
Well, some people know that you were a pastor at Rolling Acres Christian Reformed Church for many years and retired a few years ago. And now you're out and about doing other things and having a little more time for your photography, right? Yeah,
I do. It's been nice in retirement. Right now I'm in Colorado Springs. I'm doing some pastor work over here, but I do it part-time so I can get out in the mountains too and look around and take pictures. And it's got to the great sand dunes. I love going there. I've been there several times. Go to Rocky Mountain National Park, and timing is everything. And the elk are in rut right now, so they're bugling like crazy. So I spent a couple days over there photographing the elk and going up to the top of Trail Ridge Road, way up in the tundra, about 14,000. Taking pictures up there. So yeah, it has been nice in retirement, and I do keep in touch some with the Nature Photography Club in Minneapolis, and because I like to keep learning. I've been getting to know other photographers, and where I have retired to, gotten to know some good professionals over there too. It's been fun.
Oh, good. Well, thanks for joining us today. Really appreciate it. If people wanted to see some of your pictures, where could they go?
Yeah, they could go to my website. I don't know, maybe you can post it somewhere, but I think you even had a picture of it when we started. You might have had the website there. Yeah. That is, I don't know, is that off my website? Probably, yeah. Right. Jack's Nature Photography. Yep. But I got a ton of stuff on my website. So I don't see my website letters on there, but
no, we search for Jack's Nature Photography. I think
you do Nature Photography, and you should be able to find me on that. You bet.
All right. Well, we're going to move on here. Thanks for joining us, and you're
okay.
welcome to stay as we go through the rest of this. So.
All right. Thanks, Bruce, and the best to you in your club. I just love it. All right. So long.
Thank you, Jack. So one of the things that the MacNider Art Museum has been doing for 40 years now, apparently, is the 40th annual Cerro Gordo photo show. Usually happens in the springtime, but because of the COVID situation, the photo show was actually pushed back to the fall this year. It's currently, the photos are currently being displayed in the gallery until November 14th. And I should say that the photo show is sponsored by the Safford and Lena Locke Photo Endowment Fund. And as part of their endowment, one of the stipulations was that the photo show was for residents of Cerro Gordo County or current students at NIAC. And so the photos that are displayed there are representative of citizens of Cerro Gordo County mostly. But I will say that we have quite a number of photo club members who have photos in the show every year. And that's one of the neat things about this. But unfortunately, there's some members of the photo club who can't participate because they don't live in the county. So, I'm going to show you some of the pictures that are in the photo show this year, some of our club members. Not going to go through all of them, but we'll pick out a few here. Bob Fulmuth, here's a picture that's in the show from Seaward Springs. Here's another one from Bob Fulmuth called Backstroke. Bob has grandchildren who are athletes. Several of them are swimmers, and he does some wonderful photography of his grandchildren, in this case at a swim meet. Here's one from Doug Phinney, Untitled. You can see it's a reflection of the church in the pool in the puddle on the sidewalk here. Another one from Doug Phinney. And Doug sent me a few more pictures that weren't in the photo show. I'll put these in here. The foxes, the fireworks. And this looks like it could be a multiple exposure on here. I'm not sure, but very well could be. And here's one from Mary Varnum, actually a recent member of the photo club, and she got the best in show at the MacNider show this year with her photo called Stare Down here. And Mary also got an honorable mention, and this one says Wanted Ranch Help, and you can see the two dogs helping to herd the cow there. Another great photo. Lori Stout does some wonderful portrait work, and this is her photo here, My Eyes Are on the Future. And another one from Lori Stout. She sent me a few pictures here. I'm guessing this one's in Hawaii here. Close-up of the flower here in black and white, and love the water droplets on the leaves there and the lighting on there. And macro photography. Lori's got this insect here crawling across the sand, just a very tiny macro photo. Ann Beasley from Mason City has been doing some wonderful travel photography. This is Patagonia. Patagonia Splendor, she says, with the bridge here across the water out to the little island, but just really rich colors in here, really nice composition in the landscape. Second place in the photo show this year, Brad Janson. It's called Louise Webb. I don't know if you can see it very well online here, but a neat picture of a spider web here hanging from the tree branch. And another picture of Brad's burnt oil with the plane flying through on a upside down, I guess, on a airplane show. And Brad's wife, Wendy Janson. This is Antelope Wave. I think Antelope Canyon is where I believe this is at. And another one from Wendy, a waterhole skylight. Beautiful colors and light in these pictures. Noemi Cruz Orcutt. Look at this. This is a snowflake, a single snowflake on a piece of fabric. And just wonderful close-up work here. She's been doing some really neat macro photography. Here's another snowflake, different kind. It's a crystal snowflake, it says. One of the honorable mention photos went to Dean Genth, the Chernobyl barbershop, this says. Paul Sorensen, a club member from Forest City area, loves to do these close-up pictures of leaves with the background blurred out. Just a really neat effect. It's kind of his signature photo on here. Here's another landscape with the sunflowers by Paul Sorensen. Missy Huling, one of our club officers, sent me a few pictures here. She does some street photography, which I think is kind of neat. Just found things as she's traveling. And she likes to do close-up photography. She's been working on this macro photography bit with the dragonfly here, and the lighting behind it is really cool. A seal on the beach. And I'm not sure where that is, but I'm pretty sure it's not Clear Lake, Iowa. Another one of her street photography pictures by Missy Huling. I got a few pictures of mine in here. I like to do a lot of nature photography, and particularly birds. And if we narrow it down a little bit more, I love to take pictures of owls. This one was up in northern Minnesota, taken from the car with a telephoto lens, a great gray owl. Really like owls. Here's a northern saw-whet owl taken out in Ida Grove, Iowa in the wintertime. These are one of the smallest owls that we find in Iowa here. They're only about 6 or 8 inches tall. These are 3 screech owl babies poking their head out of a nest. And a bald eagle. This is a captive bald eagle taken with a telephoto lens from a bit of a distance, but this is an education bird. And a dickcissel on a thistle is what I call this one. This is out in the prairie. One of the things about taking pictures with a telephoto lens is it really blurs the background when you're taking close-up pictures with it. And so this has really nice, they call it bokeh, with the background almost completely blurred out. And I love the sandhill cranes. This is taken in Nebraska. And the sandhill crane migration happens mostly in the spring, and beautiful time of year to be out there. But I do other things too, close-ups of butterflies and bugs and landscapes. This is waterfall up in northern Minnesota, the the shore of Lake Superior, and another waterfall out in Colorado. So I kind of get around. Oh, I got one more waterfall in here. Can you guess this one? Well, this is the Canada side of Niagara Falls. Early morning sunrise and a bit of a time lapse, or long exposure photo, I should say. So I'm going to skip through a couple of these others here, and I'm going to go right up to the end here, and we'll talk about the North Iowa Photo Club. Again, meets the fourth Tuesday of each month, 7 to 9 p.m. We're not meeting at Rolling Acres Church right now, but we are meeting online with Zoom. And so watch our website and make sure you get on our emailing list, because that's how we're sending out information, or on our Facebook page. So I'm going to stop my sharing here and go back to here, and thank you for joining us. And once again, I want to thank Jack for joining us as well. And I'm going to end the session here. Thank you very much, everybody.